Every year, thousands of people build an overland rig, load it up, and head for the backcountry. And every year, a huge percentage of them come home with a damaged truck, a drained bank account, or a story about the night everything went wrong. Almost all of it was avoidable. These are the 10 mistakes beginner overlanders make over and over, counted down to the one that causes the most damage of all. Number 10, buying gear before experience. This is the classic trap. You watch a few build videos, and suddenly you're convinced you need a rooftop tent, a drawer system, an awning, and a fridge before you've spent a single night on a trail. Here's the truth. A ground tent, a cooler, and a stock truck will teach you more in 3 trips than a $50,000 build will teach you in a year. Take the trips first. Let the trail tell you what you actually need. The gear you buy after 5 real trips will be completely different from the gear you would have bought before the first one, and it will be the right gear. Number 9, ignoring payload. Every truck has a gross vehicle weight rating, and most beginners blow past it without ever checking. Steel bumpers, a winch, a rooftop tent, drawers, water, fuel, recovery boards, passengers, and a dog add up fast. A mid-sized pickup can run out of payload with shockingly little gear in the bed. An overloaded truck stops longer, handles worse, breaks axles and wheel bearings, and cracks frames on washboard roads. Weigh your loaded rig at a truck stop scale. The number on that ticket matters more than anything on your build list. Number 8, running the wrong tire pressure. Most beginners drive trails at full highway pressure because nobody told them otherwise. Airing down to somewhere between 15 and 25 psi transforms the ride. The tire flexes over rocks instead of bouncing off them. Traction improves dramatically, and your suspension stops taking a beating. The mistake inside the mistake is airing down with no way to air back up. A set of tire deflators and a decent portable air compressor cost less than 1 trail damaged tire, and they turn the single biggest free upgrade in off-roading into a 2-minute routine. Number 7, treating water and fuel as an afterthought. Plan 1 gallon of water per person per day, minimum, and more in the desert. Then look at fuel. Trail miles burn far more fuel than highway miles. Low range, soft sand, and elevation can cut your range nearly in half, and the gas station on the map may be closed when you arrive. Calculate your worst case range, not your best case, and carry a reserve. Running out of fuel 40 miles from pavement turns a fun weekend into a genuine emergency. Number 6, trusting a phone for navigation. Cell coverage in the backcountry is a rumor. Beginners follow a mapping app onto a trail, lose signal, and suddenly have no map, no route, and a dime battery. Download offline maps before you leave every time. Carry a paper map of the region as a backup. And for true remote travel, carry a satellite communicator so you can reach help when your phone is a paperweight. Navigation failures don't announce themselves in the driveway. They show up at a fork in the trail at dusk. Number 5, skipping the pre-trip inspection. Overlanding is hard on trucks, and small problems become big problems 30 miles from pavement. Before every trip, check your fluids, belts, hoses, battery terminals, and lug torque. Look at your tires, including the spare you haven't thought about in a year. Make sure your jack works on uneven ground. 10 minutes in the driveway catches the leaking ball joint or the cracked serpentine belt that would have ended the trip. The trucks that break on the trail usually whispered a warning at home first. Number 4, telling no one where you're going. Solo travel is part of the appeal, but vanishing without a plan is how search and rescue stories start. Leave a trip plan with someone you trust, the route, where you'll camp, and when you'll check in. If you miss the check-in, they know where to send help. It costs nothing, and it's the difference between being found in hours versus days. Better yet, travel with a second vehicle when you're learning. 2 trucks turn most disasters into inconveniences. Number 3, carrying recovery gear you don't know how to use. Plenty of beginners buy a kinetic rope and shackles, toss them in a bag, and consider the problem solved. Then they get stuck and learn that recovery is the most dangerous moment in off-roading. A snatch strap loaded wrong becomes a missile. A tow ball used as a recovery point can kill someone. Learn the basics before you need them. Where your rated recovery points are, how to use traction boards, how to stage a safe pull. Practice once in a forgiving spot. The gear only works if the person holding it knows what they're doing. Number 2, building for Instagram instead of the trail. This one drains more bank accounts than any other mistake. Beginners spend thousands on light bars they never use, oversized tires that destroy fuel economy and drivetrain components, and lift kits taller than they need, because that's what the algorithm rewards. Meanwhile, the actual trail wants reliability, modest tires in great condition, skid plates, and a truck light enough to stay out of trouble. The best overland rigs are usually boring to look at and bulletproof underneath. Build for the dirt, not the feed. And the number 1 mistake beginners make, driving beyond their skill and their truck. Ego is the most expensive accessory in off-roading. The obstacle your buddy's built rig crawled through is not automatically passable in your stock truck, and momentum is not a substitute for judgment. Walk the obstacle first. Pick a line. Go slow and be willing to turn around. Turning around isn't failure. It's the skill that keeps trucks off tow hooks and people out of hospitals. Every experienced wheeler has a story about the day they should have turned around. The smart ones only have one. Here's the pattern behind all 10 of these mistakes. They happen before the trip, not during it. The decisions you make in your driveway, in your garage, and in your budget determine whether the backcountry is an adventure or an emergency. Skill beats gear, planning beats horsepower, and the cheapest insurance in overlanding is knowing what you're doing before you need to prove it. If this saved you from at least one of these mistakes, hit the like button so it reaches the next beginner before their first trip. Subscribe for honest off-road builds and gear advice every week with no hype and no sponsored fluff. And drop a comment with the mistake you made on your first trip, because the best trail wisdom in this community always shows up in the comments. We'll see you out there.